You're welcome inside the SME segment. Here is the final Monday for the year 2022. Looking forward to, we're strategizing for another year, aren't we? Now, today, our SME guest this morning is the CEO of Lalaa Consulting, Lalaa. Now, he is a strategist, disruptor, and humorist. We'll ask him about that in a bit. The business is an avant-garde strategy, innovation, and also disruption company that provides transformational consulting services for the soul of business to, well, kind of like the skin of the brand. So let's meet the man himself, Mr. Demola. Good to have you here for your holiday Monday morning. It should have been easy coming here because there's no traffic.
Yeah, there was no traffic.
You're in luck. You're in luck. We've got you on this one today. So welcome. Now, let's talk about one thing that I noted while I was doing your intro there. You're a humorist.
Okay.
Explain how that works in the grand scheme of things when it comes to consulting for businesses.
Okay, awesome, fantastic. A lot of times when people hear learning and development, corporate trainings, the first thing that comes to their mind is it's going to be boring. I'm going to just have to sit down there and take notes and have someone dictate some things to me. Now, the goal of a humorist is basically an intellectual that uses humor as a tool to engage people to achieve the goal of learning. That's the difference between the humorist and the comedian. The comedian's goal is to make people laugh, but the humorist's goal is to make people learn.
All right. Let's talk about Lalaa Consulting now. What do you guys do exactly, and how do you guys function, especially in relations to businesses that you consult for?
Okay. We are a strategy, innovation, and disruption company. You would agree with me that every time a business is starting or in the growth phase, you are not in isolation. You don't operate a monopoly. They are incumbents. Incumbents, they are bigger, they are better, they are boiling. The likelihood that you can usurp them, compete effectively with them head to head, is going to be really slim. So the best approach is to find a position that you can take in the market that will be such that the incumbent will not think of you as a competition. But once you begin to gain market share, the client you serve will begin to see you as the incumbent in that space. So our goal is to work with organizations to find that position that they can take that makes them unique in their industry, that is quite relevant to the market they want to serve, and something they can sustainably, do. Otherwise, you would have a unique position, but you are not able to sustain it because you are not even equipped to credibly deliver that, that solution.
Now, this cuts across all businesses, all kinds of businesses across industries, yes?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Now, you started the business when?
Okay, so backstory. I used to be head of learning of a corporate, a private sector company. Then I moved to public sector. But I realized my approach to this was different. Of course, in public sector, they were like, okay, why is learning this engaging? Why is this humorous? Why is this? Can we not just calm down a bit? But I believe that, you know what? There's a debt of attention. Social media already is taking too much.
Exactly.
You're speaking with somebody, they pull out their phones.
Yeah.
So how much more you're in a class of like maybe 40 people?
Yeah.
Maybe just 10 people you have their attention. The others are not even.
True.
So I believe that the future of learning and development was to be immersive and engaging.
Immersive is the word.
And so I decided to say, you know what, let me go out on a limb and try this out with some corporate clients. And I pushed it out there. And in fact, I started with pro bono, but somebody referred, another person referred, another person referred.
Then the big bucks started rolling.
Then it started rolling, and I asked myself, okay, how much do I earn from doing what I do as head of training in a federal institution? And I just realized, and of course, you don't leave your work to start a business.
Yeah.
You leave your 9 to 5 to grow a business. And already I was earning way more than what my 9 to 5 provided me. And I made that transition. And to the glory of God.
This is how long ago now?
7 years ago.
7 years, yes. And you're still in business.
Yes.
So there is ground, there is room, there is need for what you do out there with businesses. And this operation, is it just you or is it more than just you? Do you have like a staff of people?
Yes, I do have a team. When I started out on my own, but as we began to grow, we needed to get more people because, for instance, we've touched actually one of the top 5 brands in every major sector of the Nigerian economy. You call any sector in the Nigerian economy, we've been able to work with one of the top 5 brands. And of course, when you're going to work with these brands, you need some level of structure. In fact, we grew to the business to the point whereby my wife had worked 10 years with a financial institution, and we're able to even employ her and pay her everything former employer used to give her. But we give her a lot of more peace of mind,
Of course, because she's your wife, of course. Don't stress the madam. Happy wife, happy home. For this kind of business, first off, you took a passion that was something not tangible. Yeah, it was just an ability, and you started a business with it. There are many people out there who have certain skills, maybe interpersonal skills. Can they find space in this kind of an industry, providing the kind of service or consulting that you do for businesses? Or does it depend on the specific kind of skill that they have?
Okay, so the thing about it is this. For some people, their life has equipped them with certain aptitudes, with certain skills. For some people, it's their education. For some people, it's travel, Now, the truth about it is that every industry requires some form of help. You have, at least I know that the financial institution have about 20 to 30 consultants working with them part-time. So consulting is not just advisory. Consulting is also execution. So for instance, some organizations will tell you, I want to focus on the core that I do. Maybe I sell real estate. I don't want to be bothered about how my people are recruited. Let me give that to you. If, for instance, you've worked with a company where you're head of HR, and all you were doing for that organization was recruiting, training, staff wages and salaries and all of that. There are so many small businesses all over Nigeria that requires that service. So many. And you know that the small businesses we have in Nigeria who subs even the big businesses, they are the highest employer of labor. And so if you can get, so don't go head to head with the incumbents. Don't go head to head with the incumbents. You can't beat them.
No.
So, but you have to find a way to get those smaller, businesses to notice you, because they are not able to even pay the incumbents.
But how do you get that? And that's the thing there. How do you get these businesses, the small businesses, to notice you? Because you're coming from nowhere. You're just ordinary. I want to start this kind of a consulting business, but
pro bono.
Pro bono. You actually said in the beginning.
Pro bono. Pro bono, because you have to build brand equity yourself. And the first thing people, okay, let me give you a case in point. I was in an organization one time. We'd had the meetings. We had agreed on engaging their staff for a training, and the head of HR was not there when we had all of this meeting. I think she was on leave or something. I was speaking to the deputy. Now, the day I was going to have that session, the head of HR walked in and said, well, I don't know you. I know that you're going to be engaging our people for the next couple of weeks. I want to know you. And this was just about starting the event. She asked me, I want to know you. What do you want to do? And the first thing I just said was that it was a financial institution. So what I'm about to do with your people, I've done it with, mentioned the top 3 banks in Nigeria. She just said, don't bother.
That's okay.
Bother. Just go.
Go ahead.
She didn't ask me whether I offered the services to those brands pro bono. She wasn't concerned. She just said, for you to have done this with these leading brands, who are we?
Exactly. Well, that's an interesting story, especially for anybody out there who's wondering how they can get started. I mean, that's very interesting. So now you have staff, you have a big operation, and the question now is, how does the money run in? How does it come in? Is it very lucrative what you do? Would you advise that people should leave your business to grow consulting businesses like you do? Well,
so I used to say that passion without finance is passion. Passion meaning cane. If you're passionate about what it is that you do, and you're really good at it, but you don't earn income from doing it, the frustration is alarming. So I would always advise that you begin to earn some income. And when you're certain that you are able to earn enough to meet your needs, not your wants, then it's about time you begin to think about, transition. Because transition is a big deal. It's a major deal. In fact, there are sometimes you get to a point where you ask yourself, who sent me a message? Because, for instance, I used to describe entrepreneurs as almost no salary, meaning that you don't know when the next pay is coming. People work 30 days to get a pay.
You don't know when.
We don't know. It's projects. We get paid based on project. And sometimes, for instance, I'll give you COVID. COVID was alarming.
It was.
It was alarming. So for a lot of entrepreneurs, beyond passion, the frustration that comes with not earning income from your passion is worse than.
Wow.
So
Demola
take your time.
Adebube, it's been fantastic sitting down and talking with you, and I'm sure that people out there are taking leaf from your experience. Like he said, start pro bono, get your name out there. It's your own currency, actually. Build your brand, and then eventually you'd have that big bucks rolling in just like you do. Thank you very much. We're going to roll a couple of your material, and then by the time we get back, we'll be inside of the kitchen because we've prepared something very delicious for you to have.
Interesting.